beep, 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 beep. Okay, so hello and welcome to another JNMG video. I am your host JonNario, and today it is another 20k PR video. This time I will be using my Dracolyte or Draco, whatever you want to call it, a Dracolyte. My Dracolyte is 21,265 power rank. I am also on top of a dungeon. I have 233,047 magic damage, maximum movement speed of 87, 80.8% critical hit, and 1,382.6 critical damage. I will show you my equipment real quick in just a bit, but this time I will be showing you my gems. My gems are kind of weird because I do have some that are level 25, but some of them are actually maxed out. But pretty much all of them, I believe all of them are perfect, including the class gem. So this one is a 2-1 crit damage, 2-1 magic, 2-1 magic. I believe this one was on my gunslinger, by the way, but I swap it with this character. This one is I believe this was one of each, or I believe it is 2-1 magic, well 2 magic, 1 crit damage, but I think that I need a new gem right here, but I think this was one of each. 2-1 crit damage, 2-1 magic. This one is 2-1 magic, 2-1 magic, and 2-1 magic. Those are my rolls with the Dracolyte. I forgot to add my timer again. Oh my goodness gracious, I'm an idiot. Okay, so my gear is usually like most speed running character, well, speed farming characters. I use critical damage and movement speed. This character does not need attack speed. As you can tell, this character has 0 attack speed. It's one of those classes that attack speed doesn't even do anything. So critical damage and movement speed is pretty much mandatory. I use Magic Find because reasons. Magic Find is awesome. Critical hit because I want the most amount of critical hit possible, and magic damage because magic damage. I do have a critical hit ring, again because critical hit does work a lot. And I use Prefect Penguin. A lot of people tend to use either Prefect Penguin or Chronomancer Tuesday so they can transform into a dragon more often. But I usually use Prefect Penguin because of the movement speed buff. And this character, since right now I am on a fire world, I will show you how amazing this character is on fire world. And my emblems are arcane and trailblazing. Normally, if I am not doing this, if I'm doing Shadow Tower with the gunslinger, with the Dracolyte, I will be using the Celes emblem. Celes emblem, it is amazing for this class alone. Since I don't have any energy regen on any of my piece of gear, I would recommend you to get energy regen on ring, by the way. I use Celes emblem just because if you throw down two bombs, you won't have any energy. And instead of waiting for energy so you can throw another bomb, I just pop a flask, throw 2 more, pop a flask and throw 2 more, and in just like 2 seconds I got all 6 bombs. And it's actually really effective, especially in Shadow Towers. And you probably just seen me in the, I believe it was on the last stream highlight, when I pretty much killed every single mob in the Cursed Call. That was kind of hilarious, not gonna lie. But yeah, but that is all my loadout. And also I use an subclass again because I don't need any other subclass, and if I am not running around really fast with my character, I will be using the nice mount, so I can move at 120 movement speed, and Conjurer's Crucial Vial because Magic Find. And today is loot day, so yeah, you will see a lot more Magic Find, maybe a lot of Stellars. Anyways, I'm using the Dracolyte. Dracolyte. This character is so overpowered. I'm just gonna say that outright. Like, this class is ridiculously overpowered. The damage of this class is just stupid high. It does incredibly good burst damage from bombs. So I'm not even transforming, and you can tell that I'm pretty much destroying everything. But yes, this character is mostly geared towards Shadow Tower, and this is the reason, by the way, I am using the Dracolyte on Lava, on Fire World, because of this. The passive ability on the Dracolyte, you gain 75% movement speed. That's more than the Neon Ninja. And yeah, you can pretty much tell, like, it's so ridiculous how good this passive actually is. But this character, how you use it normally is you throw down all of your bombs at the ground and pretty much detonate everything so you can get the most amount of burst damage possible. It's one of those classes that it is what I like to call a setup class. So you throw down all the bombs so you can set up and do the most amount of damage possible. So it's not like an instant cast, it's more towards like throwing down all the bombs and let them detonate. Obviously for me specifically, I'm in U9 currently, and I don't need it because I already do enough damage that I don't need to throw down the bombs. But if you cannot kill enemies with your Dracolyte, I would suggest just throw down bombs, since those bombs, I believe they do roughly 5.5 times damage each bomb. I don't remember. And if you throw down at least 3 of them, you get over 15 times damage, which is incredibly high burst damage, and not to mention you will be dealing a lot of attacks from your basic. If you want to use this class from the beginning of the game, I will strongly recommend you to use it, because if we were talking about before the Heroes update, when this class was considered the weakest class in the game, then I wouldn't say don't use it. Don't even use this class, just use this class for mastery. Unless you really like this class and you enjoy it, which I don't blame you. It can be quite fun just running around as a dragon and burning everything like an idiot. But the Dracolyte before the Heroes updates was considered one of the weakest classes in the game, probably even the weakest. But right now, after it got the rework, it's just been amazing. This class just went from bottom tier to top tier. Like, this class in itself, it is incredibly powerful, even without the class gem. I would strongly recommend the class gem with this class. The class gem on this class is just retarded. It's really good. It's really amazing, and I would strongly also recommend this class for Shadow Towers mostly. If you want a Shadow Tower class, this is one of those few classes that is geared towards Shadow Tower, and it can do work. It can pretty much solo every single Shadow Arena and Shadow Dungeon really fast. This can be more effective than even than the Gunslinger on those type of things. So yeah, it is really good for those type of things. But if you're just starting the game, the basic attack doesn't do like a lot of damage, but it attacks pretty fast. Even since it doesn't require attack speed, it attacks 4 times a second. So it is pretty much the fastest, tied with the Tomb Raiser. So 4 times a second, and when you transform into a dragon, you do 6 attacks per second. The normal basic attack, I believe it does 1.5 times damage, and the dragon form, I believe it does 3 times damage, or 4.5. It is really ridiculous. Like, the dragon form basic attack is ridiculous. So I would strongly recommend to use the dragon form as much as possible, because look at that. That was a 2-tap on a U9 boss. If I just use a class and just 2-tap the boss. Like, the class itself is really good. It is honestly amazing, and I would strongly recommend anyone to use this class. Obviously, it is not a really easy to use class due to being a setup class. Those classes that are set up usually they take like a little bit to get used to, because throwing down the bombs, then attacking the bombs so you can get the most amount of damage possible, it can be quite tedious, and honestly will make the grinding a little bit slower. But I will say that this class is better than even the Gunslinger for dungeon farming, especially those who are looking for HP farming for fireworlds. This is the best class for it. This is even better than the Neon Ninja, in my opinion. The Neon Ninja can maintain really high movement speed, but most of the dungeons are well, the kill bosses and the two-wave curse skull like this one, you need to use a lot of bombs downwards, and that will cut a lot of momentum on the Neon Ninja. And those dungeons that are like up top, like this one, are kill 30 enemies, so even if you are really fast, you won't be as good with the Neon Ninja. This one is better for crowd control than the Neon Ninja, in my opinion. Like, those minions also, like, those minions do incredible damage. Like, this class, I wouldn't say it is a complete class, like the Knight, the Candy Barbarian, and those classes, and the Revenant. Now, you know, those classes I call it complete classes is because you can use them anywhere and you will do really well. This class you will do really well anywhere, but it is a setup class that it takes quite a bit, so it's not even the fastest in doing anything. I will also recommend you to start using the left trigger or the left click. You know, that little companion that gets filled up once you do damage, so because that attack does more damage than you think. And it does, like, I believe it does like 6 or 7 times damage. Like incredible burst damage, and you will do like incredibly good with this class. I will say that this class, I always say that this is the surprising class. And what I mean by surprising class, I always get surprised by how ridiculous this character can be. And it does like a lot of damage, a lot of burst damage. It's really good. Those minions, by the way, the minion on the class rank, I believe they do take aggro, so that does help a lot. But yeah, I really don't have anything else much to say about this class. It's an all-round good class. You can use it even without class gem. It is good even if you don't have, even at the start of the game. If you don't have the class, it doesn't have like the highest DPS. The DPS is around average on your basic attack, but remember that you attack 4 times a second, so you can maintain really high constant damage. The ultimate ability is amazing. Like, it's pretty much one of the best buff ultimate ability in the game. Probably the best one. I will say even better than the Dino Tamer, but it will. It is a good class, but I will say that this class is better geared towards Shadow Tower. If you're looking at a class that is good for dungeon farming, I will not suggest using this class. But if you want, then go for it. You can do well with it. But yeah, that is all for today. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think on the Dracolyte in the comments below. And if you have a Dracolyte, also let me know which power rank are you. Leave a like if you want to help this channel grow, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Once again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Take care and keep on hunting. And remember, the Dracolyte, it is underrated and it is amazing. See ya.